Now, for more analysis, let me bring in Bob Shrum. He's a veteran Democratic strategist and a professor at New York University. Bob, what do you make of this centrist approach in the speech? Do you think it's politically necessary, or do you think it might not be smart politics?
Well, I think he's finding the center ground of America, as you said earlier, not the center ground of the Beltway, and you and I probably disagree some here. I think he's going to propose a very big, optimistic idea that we have to capture the future, win the future for America, be first in education, be first in innovation, be first in technology, and by doing all that, be first in job creation. To me, that echoes some of the aspirations of FDR. It echoes some of the aspirations of JFK. There are going to be disagreements that we have, details that people don't like. But the fact of the matter is, I think when we look back on the Obama administration, we're going to think he was a great progressive president.
Yeah, I definitely disagree with that.
I didn't mean to shock you by saying.
Let me go to. Yeah. So let me go to one of the things that you mentioned in there. You know, you say that this approach can help, right? And that it goes towards the center of the country. I'm not convinced that it does. When you look to cut all spending or freeze all spending for 3 years, and when you go to, as we were just talking with Senator Brown on the issue of freezing federal employees and saying that regulations are bad and need to be rethought, et cetera, doesn't that validate all the Republican talking points and then make winning elections as a Democrat harder?
Well, I think we ought to wait and listen to what he's going to say tonight, because I think what he's going to do is say there are areas we're going to cut back in, but there are areas where we're going to have to invest a lot more. Because if we don't invest a lot more, the big question on the minds of the American people is this country in decline? Are we in a situation where China's going to overtake us? We're not going to be the strongest economy in the world. We're going to get the wrong answers to those questions. He knows those are big challenges. And I think much like JFK, when he said we were going to go to the moon, he's going to challenge the American people to rise to that. I think it'll be very powerful. I think we'll invest more in some areas. That's what he'll propose. And there will be some cuts in other areas. By the way, some regulations are stupid. If we're allowing people to put saccharin into diet soda, then we probably shouldn't list it as something that belongs in a toxic waste category. We should do one or the other. Either take it out of the Diet Cola or take it off the toxic waste list.
No, Bob, of course some regulations are stupid. Everybody knows that. Every regulation is awesome? No, that's absurd. But when you say in an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal, oh, regulations, they've cost jobs, well, that's the exact Republican talking point. You can certainly say it in a different way, and I don't think it helps to make their case for them. And look, I hope that he gets some of those positive parts in the speech that you're referring to through Congress, but I'm also skeptical about that. And that's not his fault. That would be the Republicans' fault for not doing the investments.
Well, he's got to define the grounds. Bob, he's got to define the grounds of the debate. I mean, that's what he has to do tonight. He's not going to pass all of this, but he's got to go up there and say, this is what we stand for. This is what the country ought to stand for. And I think you're going to see Democrats responding very favorably to that.
I hope you're right on that, Bob. I really do. So I look forward to the good parts of the speech, and I'll try to restrain myself when he starts sounding like a Republican. But Bob Shrum, thanks so much for joining us.
I'll bet a couple of years from now you'll agree with me that he's been a great progressive president.
How much? You name your price.
Okay, $50.
We'll do that bet off air, Bob.
Okay.
$50. Oh, easy, done. Okay. All right, thank you, Bob.
Take care.